Let me see if you guys could hear me. I just gotta do this real quick. Gotta change the display photo into here. Update thumbnail. There we go. We are gonna be into here. And all right, we are in the live now. All right, so let's see if I don't know when people get in. So no one's even here yet. So all right. Changes are saved. And then we're in here. There's already one person. How did someone like here and not even um Venro, what's going on? Yeah, so this is exactly what you think it is. We are unboxing the Canon C50. I'm not letting you hold $2. You sent me so many messages. I can't let you hold $2. I can't. I'm sorry. I ain't got that. 1021. Let me borrow it. Let me use it first. Let me open the boxes. Jeez. What's going on, Rhett? Sir, I have a question. Silent subscriber, ask the question. But I don't know where babies come from. So if that's your question, can't help you. Gonna move this up a little bit. There's gonna be a time very early on in the stream where I have to step out just for a second. I picked up the RF to PL adapter for the C50, and I forgot at the rental shop, so I had to send an Uber to go and get it back for me. But let me know if you guys could hear me. Let me know if this sounds good. Let me know if this looks good, because that's really, I'm on the S12E, and like when you do the webcam thing, I don't have a real-time LUT that I want to use just yet. So, for at least not for the S12E. So, Sean Hughes, what up? Derek, am I excited? Actually, yeah, I got to go to the Canon building. So, funnily enough, um, I've lived in front of the Canon Canada building like growing up most of my teenage years. So, like, I moved to a place called Mississauga, Ontario, which is really close to Toronto, and I've lived in front of this building for years. Never went there. Never stepped foot in there. At even one point, I saw in the background, like when the C200 came out, Peter McKinnon did a video there, but I didn't do camera stuff at the time, so I didn't think anything of it. Turns out that is the headquarters where everyone gets stuff. So, um, I have so many scripts for films. Can you suggest any good filmmaking camera? Literally any, whatever camera you can get your hands on, man. If you have good scripts, then I just run it on whatever you have with you. What I'm gonna do, because I don't want to leave in the middle of the unboxing, is I'll answer a bunch of chat questions now. In 6 minutes, I have to run downstairs and pick up a adapter and a couple lenses, and um, then I can do the unboxing as I come back up, because I just don't want to stop halfway through. I know this is the C50, but did you order the Pixis 12K? Yes, and it has not shipped yet, because getting things from Blackmagic shipped into Canada, sometimes it's a really big pain, actually. Like when I bought the Ursa, it was a really big pain in the butt to get it over here. Like it was in customs for like 18 days, so it took a long time. Did you see Armando's iPhone 17 video yet? That was incredible. Yeah, I just saw it this morning. I saw it like literally on my way to the Canon building this morning, and I was actually talking this morning about the YouTube collab thing. So, need your input on non-cinematographers getting cameras for review, or thoughts rather. Oh, it does happen, 100%. There's actually there's literally an ongoing conversation that like as these cameras get cheaper and smaller, and like YouTube has a very similar, if not a little bit more viewership than Netflix. A lot of the creators that are like on the platform of YouTube, camera companies are going to eventually start sending stuff to like vloggers and like beauty influencers. I think that's already happened. Um, I know there were some campaigns for like the ZV-E10 Mark II a long time ago. I don't know if they got the cameras for free, but cinema cameras, I guess it depends. I mean, no, that's not true, because like I don't know if she got them for free, but I know Life of Riza, who's a more lifestyle channel, but like has really good filmmaking stuff. Like my friend Nicole actually DPs her lifestyle vlog videos from time to time. She got a set of some Vespids that she got to borrow and stuff too. So non filmmaking based channels get this stuff as well. It's just that like because it's kind of our wheelhouse, we get to talk a lot about it and we know a lot. So I want to see the C50. Scott, I will show it to you today. it's gonna be like it'll take me 4 minutes because I had to get an Uber to bring something back from the rental house that I forgot, and it's gonna show up like mid sentence in the beginning. So I figured like let's get everybody in, let's roll call, and then when everyone's there, we should be good. But I'm gonna unbox everything, and I have not set anything up. I haven't formatted a card. I don't have the Canon app, so we're all gonna do this together and see if I can figure this out in an hour and a half because I have a ton of shoots this week. I just got word that I have a because I want to test out the whole like not having ibis thing. I have one car shoot and one robot arm shoot this week, so we're gonna do that. Can you compare the OpenGate 7K RAW with the OpenGate in HEVCS? I'm a C80 owner, hoping the HEVCS version will come to us someday soon. Um, does it do OpenGate in HEVCS? I don't even know if it does it. I'll try it. I like keep in mind I used to shoot Canon. I used to shoot with the C200 and stuff, and none of these features existed. So this is all very very new, and I have the C80 for like a week. So if you guys have any good setup tips, I will probably bug you guys for it. Have you tried the camera control app on it? Wondering if they're allowing it to finally use Wi-Fi in the video mode side compared to the R5C that doesn't get that unless you buy a $1,000 grip. Ooh. Um, I haven't tried that yet. I literally haven't. The box is like the box is here. So no, I haven't tried anything yet. But also, my buddy's coming right after the stream, so I'm going to be on for like an hour and a half. One of my buddies is coming by with his R5C just to see some stuff. So I want to shoot a feature film. That's awesome, man. You need a camera, you need a crew, and then just or not even a crew. You can do it on your own if you don't if you're creative. And then you kind of play around from there. Waiting on Ken to send me the door knocks on their door. I don't get to keep this camera. I have it for 2 weeks, which is nice because that is hang on a second. Meet the driver. You know what? I'm gonna play the song. Oh, I can't even play music. Okay, give me like 30 seconds. I have to run downstairs and grab this package out. Well, give me 1 second because I need these lenses and an adapter. But you guys keep yourselves busy. And if anyone comes in, just let them know that I'll be back in a sec. Oh, like he's not here yet. He's not even here like yet. Hang on a second. I'll wait till he's like right in front. I'll wait till he's right in front and I'll keep answering some stuff. One FX32 out. Bro, I don't know. This whole like if I knew and you don't know, I'm probably under some sort of an NDA. And if I'm under some sort of an NDA, that probably means I'm not going to tell you. Getting sued is not worth it for a random commenter. Also, have you tried OpenGate and tried the MP4? Gus, I've tried nothing. I haven't tried anything yet, so I will figure it out. Yeah, it does apparently. So they have 3x2 OpenGate and RAW as well as one of the MP4 formats. Okay. I will try my best to go through all of that and figure it out. My cabin build is almost done. You'll be seeing my ugly face on YouTube again. You don't have an ugly face, Scott, but I am excited to see you on YouTube again. Yeah, there's a compressed OpenGate in HEVC-S. The SD card will limit us to owners. Oh, okay. I'll take a look at that. Which camera do you suggest me shoot feature film? My budget is $3,000. I'm gonna let the chat take care of this because I don't think it's appropriate for me to tell you what camera to buy. I only tell you the information. Do you think image sensors have become more like film stocks, where one isn't necessarily better than the other? The prices of cameras have come down. Yeah, a little bit, and a little bit, because but also like there's certain modes you can only get from certain sensors, right? So yeah, there's a look to each sensor. Like Canon definitely has a look to it that you could tell, as does like Lumix and Sony and stuff like that when you use them for long enough. But um, yeah, totally. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Yeah. I know. All right, I'll come back. I came back. You could buy a C70 at 3,000. Nice. I thought I read FX32 Mark unboxing. No, I don't have that. Oh man. Into a time machine. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for thanks for holding that down. Yeah, I had to go outside. One sec. Woo. So hamstring update. I could walk. I can go upstairs, but the pain is like 3 out of 10. And I start physio, hopefully, at the end of the week. So I had to pick this up. Hang on, can I do that? So I had to pick up a Vespid 50 millimeter. That's a Vespid 1. I have an Arles 50 millimeter. That's 2. And then I have a Vespid 2 in my backpack because I have to finish my Vespid 1 versus Vespid 2 video that's coming out tomorrow. Had to do a couple of shoots. It got weird because I hurt my hamstring. And I pushed shoots back, but yeah. It's still the morning in where was it? Alaska. I want to say Arkansas. Does it record greater than 4K resolution in 10-bit codecs too, or just in RAW 6K 10-bit? Oh, I think it's like 6.9K, and then it goes down to 4K. Hey, what's going on, Jordan? Love you too, buddy. Okay, show us the lenses. Well, I showed you the lenses. Hamstring injury sucks. I was just doing standing hamstring curls at LA Fitness. Wait, looked around. Yeah, so hamstring story before, and then I'll start unboxing this camera. Went back, got a new trainer. First day, leg day. Fourth set, walking lunges, full turf. Near the end, bottom of one, heard like a super loud pop, and then I just laid on the ground. Like I didn't feel any pain. My leg spasmed a bit, and I just laid on the ground. And I'm like, I'm gonna just chill here for like an hour. It turns out it's like super minor tear. Like it's nothing. It's not bad. I could still walk. I just can't do anything else. So, hold on a second. What do you think about the C50 not oversampling in 4K 60? Seems like an oversight to me, considering the R5C could oversample from 8K without overheating. I have no idea yet because I don't know what it looks like yet. So I'll figure that out. This is Arles versus the Vespid on that sensor. That's exactly what I'm doing tomorrow. I have a shoot tomorrow with one of the guys competing in High Rocks this weekend, and I'm also shooting at High Rocks Toronto. But I got to finish that video up because I was supposed to do it 2 days ago and I didn't. Get some BPC guy. I'll get you right. I don't know what BPC is. Vespid 1s are such a good point right now, especially the B set. Yes. The Vespid 2s are also pretty cheap. Like their entry point is cheap too, though. Is control app usable? How complicated is it for solo shooting and interview on the fly? We're gonna find out. Hang on a second. Oh, yes. Okay, so one of my B-boy homies could actually pull up for this robot arm. Okay, let's open the camera. Silent subscriber, I live in the city that you think I live in. I don't like telling people specifically where I live because obviously there are more people than me in this house that do that, but I live in Ontario, which is a very big province in Canada. There are so many people there's so many people messaging all at the same time, and I'm gonna have a hard time doing this unboxing because I get distracted. It does oversample 4K 60. The Canon rep in Satins post was incorrect that it didn't, and he corrected himself after the stream. Okay. It heals tears and injuries insanely fast. How to climb partial rotated cuff. Oh, I might try that because what's it called? My pain levels isn't very high, honestly. I was like walking around, like I can still shoot handheld a little bit. It's whenever I have to like lift my knee over the top of the crease of my hip. So like imagine like going up a stair, that's where it hurts. out, and by hurts, it's like it's a sharp pain that's not terrible, but also at the same time, I'm like, yeah, if I mess around, I'm gonna find out. So you don't put the new lenses on the C50 right now. I actually do have also to unbox as well. This guy. This is the 85 millimeter RF 1.4. And keep in mind, just so we're on the same page here, I don't get to keep any of this stuff. So I have this for about 2 weeks, and I'm pretty much going to put it through every single pace I could think of. So that's what I'm going to do. There's a bunch of things I want to figure out. For example, I want to find out the IBIS thing. I feel like I could probably DaVinci Resolve myself out of it if I was someone to buy this camera, but I think I'm more excited for this for everyone else that is looking at it versus myself. So let's go unbox the beast. Okay, so I am unboxing it. I don't have a top-down angle, so this is going to be kind of tough to do. Let me just see if I can maybe move this like there. I'm going to try to answer stream chats while I'm going. I saw on the Canon promotion the 4K 60. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of confusion about the 4K 60 sample. Is it oversample because okay, perfect. I will figure it out. I had to rethink something, and I've come to the conclusion I'm about to drop a bag on like 3 cameras. After that, I'm done. Yeah, I feel like the Pixis 12K, I think, is my last camera for a bit. Anything else that I end up having is like in service to the audience and not myself, if that makes any sense. So what I'm hearing is that it would be near impossible to literally kick my ass. Technically, I have 2 legs. I mean, literally have 2 legs. Correct yourself afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna open this guy up. I'm just gonna open it. The box is open. So, and you know how we do. We go through all the small parts first, and then we get to this guy. So this is the shock mount for the microphone. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Let me just zoom that in. That's gonna be the shock mount for the top handle. That has 2 little screw holes in here, but I don't have the screws. So I don't know where Canon's at with that. Battery charger, they only gave me 1 LPE6 battery, so I got to get those little like small rig V-mount contraptions, and then I got to put a V-mount in there and power it via USB-C. That's going to be a little bit of a pain, but I mean, if you're owner of this camera, you're probably going to rig it out and stuff. Okay, so I will tell you, I was at the rental house, and the owner of the rental house did unbox this camera, and I got to see this top handle, and I'm actually excited about this because this completely fits my hand without the need of an extension, which the FX3 handle, you have to get like a little thing at the bottom. And also it has 2 mounting points. So like here, I'll show you what the mounting points are. So there's like one right here, and there's also going to be one at the top. So I'm going to assume that like anyone that's building like cages like Tilta, Condor Blue, like they're probably going to have a thing where you're going to be able to extend it or put arms and stuff on it. And then obviously they copied Sony's homework. So like this right here is the exact same as that guy. So there's that. Let's see if I get some couple more chats before we open. BPC 157. Oh, it's a peptide. I'm afraid of needles, dude. I don't know if that'll work out for me. I have a phone call from Brandon Fraser, and I cannot answer that at the moment. Actually, you guys want me to answer it? Press a 1 if you want me to answer it. You got to be quick. Hit 1. He ended the call. It's fine. Kazi was on Matt's live stream, and look at the comments. It confirmed it does oversample. Okay, so then. Ooh, I can't wait for the city back for this. Is going to be wild. It's too late. He already did it. Jake, do they have the handle extension for the C50? I just talked to one of the guys at Condor Blue the other day, and I know they have a cage prototype kind of going on, but I don't know if it'll be time to send it before I have to bring the camera back. Rasmus, yes, but it won't be its whole video. So, for example, I have the first impressions video because I have a fitness shoot with a High Rocks athlete tomorrow. I also have a robot shoot and a car shoot on Wednesday, and the video is going to come up on Friday. So I have about three to 4 shoots I have between today and when the video comes out. So that'll kind of be the first impressions, just like answering general questions that I would have. And then the 3 versus videos are going to be the R5C, the R5C, the FX3, the S12, But more than likely to answer that, it'll probably be in the first video. Yeah, I've heard about peptides. I don't feel comfortable with them because I come from a sporting background where like that would be considered a PED. But I would be a liar to say that I don't understand the benefit. Into superheroes, Shaquille, they do, they really do. Okay. RC's a beast. Low key, I've been learning about. Oh, what's going on, Ike? Okay, so we have this thing. You already know what we're gonna do. You already know. All right, so this guy is. This is the Canon C50 that looks so much like the FX3. It's nuts. Like mounting points are at the top. Custom. I like the custom buttons have labels on them because if you're just starting off and like maybe you're just okay with the configuration, that this is going to be nice. You have your memory into here, so your SD and your CF Express Type B. Double mounting points on the bottom. Honestly, I feel like this guy could just go under. Like if you have a man photo plate, there's that little like gold like button thing. You could probably just put under here and then have that on there. Screen is going to be onto here. And then, yeah, this is the guy. And then obviously, hang on a second. I keep forgetting that this thing, and then that's our sensor. And that's what he looked like. Now, one of the things, I got to go to the Canon building and I got to ask one of the product specialists a couple questions. Actually, I got to hang out with him for like an hour. But these little screws, and I had questions about these little screws here. And my big question is that if you could take these screws off, which you can, like these are just there, you could just thread these out. Can you put a built-in ND filter here, like an ND adapter? But so there isn't an ND adapter for this guy per se, not like a RF to RF. But when the C400 and the C80 came out, there was a PL to RF. So we were just talking about it, and I actually showed him the Mofage. Hang on one second. I actually showed him the Mofage Poco, and I just took it out. And I'm like, hey, if you guys could make the screw mounts the same that you already did, but then just put the ND part at the front, like if you want to put your RF C&E lenses on there, then it actually holds the mount up because like I wouldn't put like an RF to PL on here with no ND and not have it screw mounted. But then also Kipper tie. Excuse me, Jesus, I'm burping. Kipper tie has a like a ND, like an electronic like ND filter that goes on here. And I'm just wondering, like, if Canon can do it that works with electronics, so you could just firmware update like a control on it. That's something that like I talked to them about, and they're like, it's technologically, I guess, possible, but being able to unscrew those threads and put something else on might be really cool. Pix's downscale sampling to other resolutions while improving readout speed and keeping the same field of view is wild. Yes. And I can't wait. You understand? I can't wait. So again, I'm going to preface this again just because people like to throw things out of context. But this camera and like using it, I think the perspective I'm approaching it with is not necessarily me considering it to add into my kit because I think I have enough stuff. But being able to have access to this stuff, which is really, really cool. It's more so answering your questions because I could understand we're not in the same position necessarily. So being able to have access to the stuff and answer questions in situations where like not everybody has a chance to is going to be cool. Pixis 12, yeah, Pixis 12K is going to be great. Are you going to do a sniff test? No. What lens did you get with this? So hang on a second. I'm just going to put this box away. So that's the camera. I'm going to put on the top handle because you know me with my my very large hands. Top handle ergonomics is incredibly important to me. I'm just going to box that up and put that away. Now, one of the things I did ask them was with a lens with IS because this guy does not have in-body stabilization. And after talking to many a people, there's very mixed decisions and reviews on why that is. But I got myself let me turn this around. This is the 70 to 200. This is the IS 2.8. So I need one of these guys. High Rocks Toronto's this weekend. So I'm going to take this out for photos and some video on Friday, and then we have a drift race or a drift meet on Sunday, and then I have a fitness shoot on Thursday, and then I have a shoot with a B-boy, and we have a robot arm. The same one from the Kendrick Lamar video, we have that on Wednesday morning, which I think is going to look sick. So I needed one of these guys with IS in it, also to test out IS versus not IS. And then, hang on a second, there's a lot of questions. This is going oh, that's not that crazy. And then also, I guess for the sake of this, I will unbox this as well. So this guy is going to be, let me just pry that open. Okay. And then this is the 85 millimeter VCM 1.8. Focus, please. There you go. So this is the 85 millimeter f1.8. This is a new guy. This is not image stabilized. So there's going to be a couple of problems I could see using this for handheld video, because usually when you use like long focal lengths and you don't have IBIS and there's like not perfect rolling shutter, like you will see some of the effects a little bit. So that is going to be interesting to test out to see how much it bugs me, which who knows, maybe it won't, depending on what the situation is. So it might bug me a lot. It might not bug me at all. But also what I think I'm going to try out as well. It's two things I want to try out in terms of the IBIS stuff. So I did a little bit of research, and the body for the FX6 and the body for the C50 aren't that super far apart in weight. And most people don't care about the weight from an IBIS standpoint on the FX6. So somewhere between the C50 and the FX6, we have this line where like it's heavy enough where we don't care. And what I'm going to try to do is adding on different like things like cages or different parts of a rig to find out like how heavy it needs to be in order to hit that like we don't care anymore range. So we'll see. But what we're going to do here is we're going to just put this on. There's thumb screws in here, which is super nice. I like that the thumb screws, like they're bigger. So like you don't need necessarily a screwdriver like you would on the FX3. I mean, you could just use your hands, but it never feels super secure because the thumb screw grips aren't that heavy. And then we take that part off, and this is what I'm excited about. And this sounds really dumb, but this is just like a nicely balanced rig. Like it's not too far ahead, it's not too far back. Give me 1 second. Charlie, it's saying you're on live.
Are you home?
I'm at home, yeah. I'm gonna be on live for about like another 45 to an hour.
Okay.
Do you wanna just you can make your way up?
Yeah, I'm over by St. Clair now.
Oh shoot. Okay. I mean, like, if you want to just jump in the live, you could do that, and we could talk about the R5C while you're here. But yeah, I was gonna be on live until at least like 5:15.
Okay, cool. I'll get closer, park, and then I'll let you know what's up.
All right, bet. All right, bye. My homie's gonna bring the R5C so we could do some comparison stuff. So that's Ben, and we're gonna, by the end of this, we're gonna try to get Ben to get a channel going because he's been loafing for years. But Ted, those are the lenses I got. Shout out to Canon for letting you try out that bad boy. I'm very actually surprised with Canon because for the longest time, if your last name wasn't McKinnon, at least in Toronto, I didn't really see a lot of Canon people working. I didn't see a lot of people working with Canon outside of like the artisans, and a lot of them are like nature and wildlife photographers and not really people in video. Or I didn't know, but yeah, it's been really cool. Do you prefer the box style body or an FX3 style body, like for running gun type shooting? As long as it's balanced, man. Like I think the reason why the box is really good, like a Pixis or a Komodo, is because the weight distribution is very, very even. The FX3 does it when you add the right rigging to it, especially like on the back. This guy's nice because like the handle, like this, like holding this is very, very comfortable. And also it fits my entire hand, so I don't need an extension for here. So I could have an even bigger hand and I'd still be on the handle without needing another accessory. So there's that. First impressions compared to the FX3. They vary. Like the C50 is actually surprisingly lighter than you would think. The FX3 is definitely like a heavier, like it feels heavier. But I do like the top handle on the C50 a bit more. But having like a heavy camera on the FX3, like it feels more secure. So it's kind of a toss up. It's kind of hard to say. Like I don't necessarily want. I literally, the whole point of this is not to tell you like to buy one or the other, or like one is a killer or whatever shit people are gonna say. But yeah. When holding a camera like this post ZR, is the smaller screen actually super disappointing to have a look at now? In some ways, yes. I think when what was it? I went to Condo the day after I did the Nikon ZR video. Like I had the ZR, gave it back, went to Condo the next day, and I brought my A7C II with me. And going from like the 4-inch screen to the little tiny one, I was like, huh, I guess okay. Like I literally just I'm like, yeah, it's all right. I don't have a complaint, but yeah. Would it have killed him to put a second quarter 20 at the bottom? I mean, at least, yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't have, to be honest with you. But I think also when you have cages and stuff, like most people are gonna put this on a cage, and the cage itself is like, in my opinion, such low footprint that I don't see that being a point like a big deal. If there's a cage, like if people put a cage on it, kind of thing. Um, I don't know. For me personally, like bringing a cage is super low footprint versus the weight and the mounting point. So I just like that this camera has multiple mounting points on the body. Would be solid for cage options. Yeah, there's going to be a ton of them coming out. I think Connor Blue has one. I just did a video today for someone adding a custom RF mount to their Pixis 12K. Ooh, oh, I don't run the link in the chat. I want to see that. Yeah, getting a lens to utilize the rocker zoom function will be pretty useful. Yeah, this one's not a power zoom, so I don't know if that works. Also, I'm going to turn it on and start playing around with it because it's literally on factory settings. That's an interesting 7200. This is not a 7200. This is just a 24 to 70. Did I say 7200? Because if I did, I'm sorry. I need a 7200 for high rocks. I'm sorry, I might have said 7200. Yeah, getting the lens. Oh, sorry. Uh, I had to learn the slow way that IBIS isn't necessary. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. Like I have a couple shoots where like I would prefer to have IBIS. Also, put Mio in your water. It's a great way to get more water. Um, I'm hit or miss because like cameras I have don't have IBIS, but they're also heavier. And I was talking to somebody else, he's another DP in the city, Jack, and he was kind of saying the same thing. Where we're like, yeah, I kind of want IBIS on a smaller camera per se, but I mean, like if you're gonna use it as like a utility camera, a crash or whatever, maybe it's not necessary. Also, one of the things I'm really confused about is the screws for the top handle aren't there, and I don't know how I'm going to shock mount this onto. I'll figure something out later. That's fine. It's fine. As someone with only a few lenses in a Sony A7 IV, I'm curious if I should switch to Canon or just get an FX3. I shoot mainly sports. Sean, I would just hold on until you absolutely need it. I wouldn't worry about anything right now. Like if you're perfectly happy and if the cameras that are coming out make you giddy about getting a new camera, just like hold for about a week and then truthfully, honestly, I used to have a notebook for this, but I had a notebook of like whenever a camera came out, I would physically write a checklist and then just watch every video. And if they didn't check off the boxes or like whatever camera checked off the most boxes is the one that I ended up buying. VCM, yeah, I don't know what the VCM stands for, to be honest with you, but yeah, you have aperture control on it and AM/FM switch. You could lock your iris, which is kind of cool. RF lenses actually do look they look kind of dope. They have a very Canon-y look, if that makes any sense. There we go. You don't think the highest frame rate for the C50 and open gate being 30 is a major con for this camera? Maybe 60, but not 30. No, not really. The Pixis didn't have super big open gate slow motion rates either. Like it was 36 frames a second, and most people are fine. A lot of people don't shoot slow motion. Just a lot of people shoot in real time. So 24 frames, I think, is fine, especially for the price. Love how the VCM lenses like the Lumix Primes, but keep the same and close enough weight to be better hybrid shoot, especially on using a gimbal. Jake, I think the only issue with that is that they don't have internal stabilization. So, like, if you're shooting handheld on the primes, it's kind of a tough one. But excited to see how you rig it out with the monitor and stuff. I got a text Condor Blue, honestly, right now. Also, I'm gonna send a voice note because one of my buddies, Jarek, who works with some of the guys from the Canadian breakdance team, is actually maybe we'll get to the studio this week. So long story long, I have the C50 for 2 weeks. We are going to Viva Studio, and I wanted to do some stuff on the robot arm just to test out the lack of IBIS on the C50. One of the things we wanted to do though is we wanted to have like an artist and a breakdancer in for the day. So hopefully you're available, and if you want to get a cool piece with the robot arm, that's what we're trying to gear up for. There you go. My understanding is that they don't put IBIS because it messes with the image. When you put drones on car rigs, you don't want Canon IBIS corner wobbles. I don't miss IBIS. Yeah, so basically what we're trying to do on the robot arm too is repeatable motions when your camera has IBIS in it is very, very hard because the IBIS tries to compensate for it, even if the IBIS is turned off because the sensor still moves around, right? So that could cause potential problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually try to find out whether or not it does. But that was something where when I was talking to the owner of the rental shop, because he also has like a robot arm, they have a studio in the back. Um, that's what we were kind of going over, is whether or not that's going to create a problem. And that would be a situation where IBIS works. And then also the car shoot that I have on Sunday, same kind of thing. So we're going to be putting cars on and just like drifting a bunch. We're also going to be mounting Kofi cups, but that also might come in handy, especially with car rigging and stuff like that. So I want to see how that all works out. I was planning on getting the C50 because I'm already shooting with Canon, which honestly I think that's like, so if I'm going to make like a what's it called? Like a hierarchy of needs in terms of where Canon's going with this camera, and like Lumix is going with the S1 II, and then Nikon's going with the ZR. Every single camera brand currently is trying to get you before you make the $2-3 to $4,000 decision. That's like the first people, because they're way easier to sell to. If you already have like a pocket 4K or APS-C stuff, you're going to sell your stuff anyways and probably upgrade to something else. They're trying to get those people first. The second people are going to be people already in the ecosystem looking to upgrade. The third people are going to be people that need B cameras for the higher end stuff they have. I forgot what the fourth one, and like the fifth and the last one are people switching. So like anyone that's like, and I shouldn't call it this because it's not very nice, but anybody that's like clutching pearls over like their FX3 when these new cameras come out, like it's not really, you're not like the first person anyone's thinking about when making this camera in terms of like who they want it for. It's actually the last person, because every brand knows that switching costs a lot. Like it doesn't, the idea that you have to try to manufacture this to convince someone to sell $14,000 worth of stuff, that's insane. It's way easier getting the guy that's already selling. Sorry to glaze, but thank you for all the great videos and work. You are truly a role model inspiration for me. I'm trying to start my own media business. Your videos have, amazing help. You have the best gear comparison reviews. Oh, thank you, man. On top of that, I love how you still find time to respond to everybody. Respects, bro. Thank you. I try. It's tough, but I try. What's going on, Central Ents in the building? How's the battery life? Is significant enough improvement on the R5C? I'm gonna figure that out because I don't know. I don't know. Let's turn it on. I'm gonna turn it on. So I will say I've tried this before. I turn it on. It takes like a little bit. There we go. Takes a sec to turn on. One thing that I haven't figured out, and I don't know if anybody has any like C-Log 2 LUTs in here, but I gotta find something to put a view assist on. Now, what's weird is that I've owned an FX3 for years. The button layout at the back looks a little intimidating the first time you look at it, because just where like the button numbers are the same, but they're put in a place where like all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a bunch of these buttons on the back are in one place. So if you're first time on the C50, hang on a second, let me see if I get this to focus. Your first time, like all the buttons are like right over here instead of like a couple more being on the top. And when I look at it, I'm like, oh crap, like there's a lot of buttons there, which it's not even a real complaint. I'm just saying that it's different. Have you done a rolling shutter test? No, Central. I just opened it, so I've done no test yet. I will do that tomorrow when we are shooting. So one, I'm going to shoot some FX3 side by sides with this guy, but two, I'm going to try to make like at least some sort of a piece tomorrow, and that way I'll see what I can get. I'd rather have 12-bit raw 30 frame than 10-bit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was a dig at any of the Lumix cameras, but I mean, for the price point, I'd rather take something more than nothing. With upcoming AFPL mounts, RFPL mounts, they should also develop similar implementations for PZ with PL lenses. I would love to see that. What's the power draw of the Type-C port? That is a Google question because I don't know. When do you guys think the A75 is going to announce? I don't know anymore. I wish I knew. Would red RFPL? Oh, sorry. Would red RF to PL V&D $3,500? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I just got an email from Black Magic, and it says, Kofi, how's it going? Your Pixis should be leaving on the truck on a couple of hours. We'll have a shipping number for you shortly. Okay, so we have Pixis videos coming up after this. Anyway, yeah, maybe it does. No, I don't think so. I think there was a reason why, and I can't remember what it was, but I remember that like that was there was a reason why the RF mount for the Red Raptor doesn't work. Switches are pretty silly. Whichever system you already have 5-figure glass in, there's a body that will fit your needs. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like the group of people in like group one, people that like haven't bought a camera of this price, is way bigger than the people that are trying to switch. Like anybody that's like the people that are on the fence on their system is a way smaller pool of people than people that have never bought a $2,000 to $4,000 camera before. Do you use any of the DZO Vespid or Athena primes? Curious about your thoughts. I have used the Athenas for about a couple weeks when I got them last year, and I don't know if I should probably tell you this. My video on the Vespid 2s. So this guy's let me see if it is. Video on these guys are going to come up tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow night. So yes, I have used them, and I think they're great. This is why I've gone for PL mount. Don't have to worry about whatever ecosystem I'm in. The Viltrox Dapper is going to be nice. The Tilta one's going to be dope too. I don't know when it's going to come out. I think I know Viltrox came out first. I think the Tilta one might be better, but who knows? And then DJI is just going to come out with like a Focus Pro Plus, because that's what they do. They'll sit back, let everybody release their stuff, and then they'll just be like, okay, cool. How can we absolutely dog walk these guys like a year later? And then everyone throws out what they had before. Because the PD Movie had their like LiDAR thing, and then DJI was like, cool, that's cute, and then came out with the Focus Pro. That's probably my move forward with PL lens for a reason. Yeah, the second you can get autofocus on PL lenses, especially because like a lot of PL lenses cost a lot less than they used to. Seeing the ibis wobble in a wedding footage is mad cringy. Yeah, you just have to have the right tool, man, and like stabilized lenses and stuff like that is going to be like, if you're not like using stabilized lenses in a thing like a wedding makes the most amount of sense. And all the what's it called? All the zoom lenses that RF has are stabilized, which makes sense. If only I had a turn ND spoiled by the C70 now. Thanks for the info recommendation. Sorry, I was always a C70 versus R5C guy in the comments in your live streams. Oh, true. I had the C70 a little while ago, a long time ago, actually. And then I got peer pressured by Mark Bone to get a Sony camera. That's not actually what happened. There's more to that story, but okay. So right now, that is very confusing. Where's the menu button? Okay, so I have to figure this out because right now I'm pressing the menu button. I'm pressing the menu button right now. So this says number 3. Yeah, so this is display. So as I'm pressing the, come on, focus, bro. There you go. So pressing this button, it's just like moving the focus point. It hasn't opened the menu yet, which is really confusing. So I'm gonna try to. I should have never put this in friggin' factory reset mode, man. I'm gonna try to get this done. Are we still getting lens review of the Typock Samara this week? It probably either is going to be the end of the week or following into the next week. The reason being is because the Pixis 12K comes in, and so far Typock hasn't gotten really mad at me about the Pixis about the Typock lenses yet. DZO reminded me that I told them that I would do the video by the 28th. It's the 29th, and it's coming out on the 30th. Typox will probably be very shortly after, just because the schedule of videos right now, like there's so many videos that I have already ready to schedule that I probably will have dailies for like 8 days. So it'll be somewhere after that. They're about to get me in red. Yeah, it'll be cool. Like if you have nothing, this is a really cool time because there's a lot of interesting things with different options. I agree with Kofi. The ZR is a great option for people who already shoot Nikon, but not necessarily something to sell your FX3 over, in my opinion. Yeah, no, I don't like if you have an FX3 already and it's already making you money. Am I going to tell you to go and start selling your stuff? No. But I will tell you whether or not I think one offers more for the dollar, and that's the whole conversation about the whole like FX3 killer thing. Is what something's here. Someone's here. I don't know who's here. It might be Ben. But yeah, that's something you want to consider. My buddy went here. I like how it brings the record button to the handle. Yes, I absolutely do like that as well. So you have the record button like right on here, and a nice little like hot shoe, which is not electronic, but it would be cool if it was. Just finished watching your Fuji 50R vs CS106. I'm thinking about getting GFX 100 RF. I'm hit or miss with the 100 RF. I liked it, but also I kind of prefer just using the 50R. I don't know if you're already in your plan, but would be nice to see direct stabilization comparison of Sony IBIS versus Canon lens stabs, since it seems yes, that is exactly what I will be doing tomorrow. When you went to Canon, did you ask if they were going to bring different flavors of Open Gate? This is the first go, so I can imagine. I didn't, but I could see it maybe eventually happening. Maybe. Because, I mean, I guess you would just be cropping it. Or I don't know if there's processing that you have to do to get it down from like 7K to 4K with Open Gate. Oh, that sounds like Ben's here. I also think the tilt will be better. Yeah, I just wish I hope they would use it with non-Cook eye lenses. Yeah, because that would mean like the DZO Vespa 2s are the only ones that it's possible to do it. I'm buying 2 in 2026 and I've gotten an additional revenue this year. Use the Z to E-mount adapt. Yeah, that's smart. Did you guys come in hot with an infrared laser all protective? Oh, okay. If I wish that was true. I hope Sony pays Mark Bone a ton of money. Nobody sells more Sony than he does. The AOD programs are lit though. No, they don't actually. I live across the street from Mark, and I truly he just likes Sony cameras. I don't even think he started working with Sony really until recently. Alori, I'm doing great. Can you test it on the A7C and the FX30? Test out what, the LiDAR thing? Yeah, I guess so. I don't have FDs, but I will take them if you're offering. After a few weeks of being on sets with the R5C BTS cameras, I'll ask around if they were going FX3 or sticking to Canon. They all said C50 is why they will say the Canon grade safe. Yeah. Always have it plugged. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Ben, you can come in. Can you do a video of OpenGate, how cinema lenses perform? Yes, I will. Kofi, I saw it. I will definitely. E to Z adapter is game changing because you can just that's kind of what I was saying. We're like, you can just get an adapter and then you don't have to get rid of all your Sony stuff. Hey, Charlie, that's the same. Not much. You're on stream now. Hang on a second. Let me move this back. I'm gonna see if I could can I just move? Which way should I go? I'll go this way. That's Ben. Everyone in the chat, tell Ben to start his own channel and be a man. He brought his R5C so we could see some stuff. Honestly, here, I want you to see this because like you're an R5C person, and I want you to tell me what's different. I'm gonna put the mic here. Here we go. Oh, you know what we're like now? We're like Abba and Preach. And now I guess I'm Preach. Ben, start your own channel. Let me hold $2. That's wild. Okay, so it's funny because I think he has a separate Instagram account, and like I forgot to press put it into general folder, but I'll get a message every camera I put up, and he's like, "Yo, let me hold $2 every single video." It's so funny. Hang on a second. Central asked a good question. I'm doing a lot of YouTube search on the Red Komodo X. Why did you get rid of yours? I got rid of mine for the Blackmagic Pixis, and the reason being is because a lot of the things that I needed the Red Komodo X to do, I was able to do on the Pixis. So when we you were there when we do a lot of the Blue Star stuff, the Pixis was more than fine to work on the Blue Star stuff. But then if I sold the Pixis, I would gain like $7,000 back. So I was like, well, I'll just get rid of the Komodo.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Especially when we're talking about like file size and
you have to come close to the camera. You like I'm on an 18 mil and you're too far away. Okay. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna stop down to like F4. I'm gonna ISO bump up a little bit more.
Oh, I wanted to see if this would work.
The top handle?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going back to central
because I know
pair one zoom lens. I would just get the 24 to 70 f2.8 if you could only pair one lens. All APS. Yeah, I would just get a 24. Honestly, like being a 30-plus-year-old with a hurt back and a slightly torn hamstring, getting a 24 to 7, like getting the simple things in life and then kind of working way up is way easier. Hey, Giovanni, who never misses a stream. Robert, real men have their own YouTube channel. Be a Mega Man and start your channel. That's wild. Here for the achievement. Hey, let's go. Here for my achievement. Oh, what happened? Giovanni, what achievement? I'm selling an R5 Mark II. You want it? 35 point. No, I'm not spending any more money. Someone else do that. +1 for keeping it plugged in. Canon cameras. Parasitic. Wow. Oh, the parasitically draw batteries down when not for some strange reason. Oh, that's weird. It's awesome to show up somewhere in dead battery. Oh, that sucks. Oh, what's going on, Andre? I got a friggin'. I have to have that look. I can't find it. The friggin' what do you call it? That little small rig thing, and it has like it's like a little foldable V mount plate. It just goes right on the bottom. Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah, I got to put one of those on it because they only really set one battery.
Oh, you know what? It's in my car.
Okay, got one coming. Super pumped. Gonna roll with. Oh, that's gonna work really well. So like that. So you're like the third or second or third category of people with like people that want to get a B cam for their C400s and C80s. C50 to C80 side by sides would be interesting. So that's does it work?
I'm gonna see. I don't see it like.
Yeah.
It won't let me record. So I'm just wondering if it's like.
We're testing out. So this is the R5C with the C50 top handle.
Am I tripping? Is this the right menu for this thing right now?
Yeah, I think so. Is it if it works, that'd be sick.
New control dials, iris.
Kobe, question: when filming 7K open gate, does the out of focus or other features degrade like previous Canon and small bodies? Or you need external power for best results? Autofocus. I don't think so. Let me try. Mind you, I still am trying to figure out menu. Wait, hang on. Did you only just get that menu on your camera now?
Well, I obviously I need to read these.
Okay.
Deep into it, so.
I really don't know. How do you get to the menu button? Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. There's like a quick menu here.
Yeah, not on the.
I just don't know what. So hang on a second. I'm gonna go to Open Gate. If I go to Open Gate here, CP Canon Log 2. That's cool. Full frame 3x2. Frequency is good. Frame rate, I'm gonna go to 2398. I wonder, can you get a focus assist on here? You definitely can. Initialize media, raw ST. Main recording is gonna go CF Express. Recording mode, no. A second record factors, nope. Crop setting, nope. Phone number in continuous. HDR time code, nope. Black, no. If I wanted a view assist, Ben,
yeah.
What menu am I on? This is the monitor.
The third menu at the top.
So if I'm like here, am I in camera menu?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, it should be in that one. Keep going. LCD. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so does anamorphic D squeezes on here?
Display. Keep going. On-screen display LCD.
Oh, that didn't do that.
Go to the next one. Next page.
Yeah, view assist. There you go. And then view assist looking. Canon 709.
I wonder if, because I'll say this, it does fit onto the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's snug. I gotta take off my cage to know for sure. But yeah, let me do that.
Does it work?
Let me take off my cage.
Looking for Ben on YouTube. Can't seem to find his channel. Kobe, can you help? Trying to give him money. Don't kill me. Andre, ask your question, bro. Are you Canon user or all around? I am all over the place. He's a Canon user. You've been Canon for a very long time.
Since day one.
Yeah, have you owned another camera system?
No. T3 I was the first camera I had.
I had the R5. I had a R.
Yeah, the
R5.
R5,
C70.
C200,
Yeah, C200 and C70. And then I did one job for Mark, and then I ended up and I got a Sony the next day. And I have not gone back since. Oh no, I have gone all over the place since. I'm not a full-time Canon user. He is. To your Canon expert, how do you feel about the audio handle only having 2 of the 4 channels of audio versus Sony K3M having 4 channels? Do you
use all 4 channels? I have all 4 turned on my R5C, and then I'll use my 1 channel for safety, and then the second channel is good to go. I kind of hate opening up like my editor and then seeing 4 channels of audio, and I only needed to have 2, maybe the 1.
Mm-hmm.
So like at times I think about turning it off. So if the handle only does 2, it's not a big deal for me.
Huh. If that makes the record button work on the R5C, that's going to be hilarious. I wonder if it is. Oh, you know what I totally forgot? George has a C80, doesn't he?
He has a C80.
Damn.
He's on the phone right now.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah, what are you saying?
What are you saying, Bensky?
We're in Kofi's live right now, and you and the C80 just came up.
We literally were just talking about you.
I love that. I love you.
Hold up. You're the best, Kofi. You're definitely getting a special thanks. Shout out in the credits of an extra phone. Hey, Christian, thank you, man.
I'm trying to see if the top handle on the C50.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Hang on one second. I'm going to move the mic here just because I think the audio is probably going to double over.
Where's the studio?
Yeah, he's at my house. Well, you're saying you're driving, eh?
So he's gonna hop up.
Yeah.
But we might link up. I'll message you about it.
Canon C50 is like Boruto Chapter 1. Nobody read it. Don't kill me. The C70 became the odd man out. Is it A camera C50? Either way, C50 is the one. Yeah, that's. Well, just like the C70 kind of becomes the odd man out because like the camera's solid, but like the C80 just dropped.
I look at it as a price range thing now, right? Like C80 brand new. If that's out of your budget, there's a lot of C70s going on secondhand right now that like
I heard they're like 3,000 now.
Yeah.
Actually, like hang on a second. Let me just.
You're getting a solid camera for a pretty cheap price, and like yeah, you do lose a lot of the brand new features and stuff, the triple base and like the it being Super 35, but like
that speed booster was fine.
Speed booster was great. And like I don't know, like I look
bro,
at
there's so many C70s on sale right now.
100%. I look at it sometimes and I'm like, do I want to go and get one? Because like
man, literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Topping out at what?
11.
5,500. Is that US?
5750 is the highest one. This is Canadian too, so that's like maybe 4,100 US. 59 is the highest one, but it's a fully kit. There's one as low as 3,800 Canadian. That's nuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, that's a solid camera. Man. To continue the Canon degrading, the reps at Canon explain why it felt out of focus. So sorry, why it felt our autofocus slowed down at a high bitrate, high resolution slowed down. It's just needed more power for a small battery. Oh, okay. What does that sound? Hang on, let me put that up to the mic. Is it good?
It's good.
Okay, that was horrifying.
That's just my camera. I find it as like
good to see two Ghanaian brothers geeking out.
No tally light. Okay, I don't think it reads it.
No, it doesn't.
I think though it'd be interesting to see what a firmware update does, right? Because at the end of the day, we're talking about
yeah. Well, there's other hot shoe accessories that work. Right? Yeah, go for it. There's other hot shoe accessories that could work too, right? Is there IBIS in the R5C? Not digital, like sensor IBIS. No. Okay.
Digital only.
I was I've never used one, so I wasn't sure. What do you think the C80 compared to the Pixis? And when testing C50, unless you can't hop swap cards while shooting, how true is this? Ironically, also known Kofi as well. What do you think? C80 compared to the Pixis, that's a tough one. They're two very, very different cameras. I still like my Pixis more, to be honest, from an image standpoint, not from a like running gun, autofocusing, autofocus lenses and ND filter standpoint. So from like an image perspective, which I think most people getting to Blackmagic want image and like not a large price. where the C80 is a little bit different. So different cameras, but image-wise, I like the Pixis more. Whenever I need 4 channels of audio, it's going to need a more robust system than that of any camera. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Naz is in the chat. Naz is in the chat. What's going on, Steve? Steven. Sorry, I called him Steve once. He got real mad.
I mean,
And then he's like, my name is Steven. I'm like, you put Steve in your Instagram handle. He told me my name is Steve. You called him Steve, and he got mad. Yeah, anything beyond 2 channels, I have an external recorder. Yeah, I believe I'm kind of the same. Audio handle not working on the R5 is disappointing. K3M on the FX series handles works on any IM shoe for Sony. I'm sure Canon will develop one if there's enough demand for it, though. Like, I can't, like, maybe it's not this one specifically, or maybe it's a firmware update, but
my mentality is that, like, we're talking about what could be positioned as a replacement to this camera. So why cannibalize the sales of this over a top handle, right?
yeah.
You add a firmware update or you sell the top handle separately. Yeah, you can make a little bit more bread, but, like, I'll be honest, I don't see many R5C users.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I'm Canon, I'm like, well, you can still get the camera if you want it. You just are choosing whether to go lean more photo first or more video first with the other, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
And what the Tascam works with this too. So, like,
yeah,
it's not like you don't have an option, right?
I swear Tascam, they also made a thing for, was it the ZR? There's another Tascam thing that came out recently that I only vaguely heard about.
I think so.
That's wild. I'd like to see the C70 digital sensor make an appearance in a smaller body like that, like a C4.
Can I ask why so many people love this DGO sensor when we've, like, essentially graduated from it?
That's a great question, and I don't know because, like, how much stops with dynamic range is the DGO? Like, maybe if it's like 12.8 or like 13, it's like a quarter stop more than like if a sensor can get to like 12 and a half, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty good in most places.
Let's be honest, and, like, unless we're shooting, like, we're feature every day, like,
or you're like stops? In a cab and the person's dark skinned and you have no bounce or lighting and you have to see out the window too.
But see, then I look at that as like
you buy a better camera,
a skill-based issue. Right? Like,
yeah, like I don't know, like I get people just like what they like, but the DGO thing, yeah, I feel like it's not that far off from like new cameras today. Like DGO, I think made sense like when it was 2018 or something, like, oh, well, yeah, not 2018, 2021, 2022, where I think at the time the DGO sensor had like the highest by a margin that was like noticeable, but I think now it's not as big of a deal. But I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't remember the numbers offhand. Not a fan of the form factor of the C80. Yeah, I'm not a that was the one thing that turned me off.
Until you start using it. When you start using it, like,
I had one.
I get it, but like you're not using it every day. After you start using that, it starts to feel very comfortable in the hand. I
couldn't do it because I was still working at Will's channel when I had the C70.
C70 C80 is shaped differently though.
They're almost exactly the same.
Almost exactly the same, but enough difference that you're like, wow. I'll use George's C80, and I'm like,
I don't know. I think the C80 and the C70 are almost exactly the damn same camera. Like, it's not enough that I'm like, oh, I really notice a difference. Like, I know that picking this up, like when you pick this up body only, like, hang on a second, I'll show you what I mean. Like, this body only is surprisingly light. Hang on a second. Where's my sensor cap? It's right here. Hang on a second. Like, you've used an FX3 before. Hold that. It's surprisingly light.
Are the batteries in here?
There's a battery in there.
That's what I'm saying. Are the batteries in here?
Yeah. Thank you for the C50 showcase. Yeah, we're doing it live, bro. Can you hot swap the C50 for longer videos such as Gallup? Can I hot swap batteries or SD cards? Sold the C70 a week ago with some stuff for 2800. Just the AF was good, not great. Yeah, that's fair. No Canon cameras has IBIS. Neither do Blackmagic ones either, to be fair. But also they're heavier, so it's kind of a tough.
R5 has IBIS. R6 has IBIS.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, cinema cameras.
Okay.
So Canon C line doesn't.
Yeah. I
never used a camera with IBIS initially. I thought it was a medical condition. No, IBS is not. Maybe you should call Steven Mike instead. I'm not going to do that. Loud and clear. You have no idea how big Nez is as a person. I'm not. See, some people would be doing this. Some people would be like, "Hey, why don't you just say this to the person?" I'm like, oh, so
until you know the person.
you don't have to deal with those kind of. You don't have to deal with my kind of problems.
I will say my favorite part about this thing is that it still has CFast.
Yes.
Cause like
CF Express.
CF Express Type B. Cause like
that C70 SD card.
Right.
Yeah.
And like what you're leaning more into the V90s, which are inherently more expensive.
Yeah.
And still not as fast as.
And the Type Bs, I think, are pretty cheap. Like,
yeah.
I guess someone was mentioning like, oh, well, it has CF Express Type B when they're like in comparison to the FX3, and I'm like, yeah, but like FX3 Type A cards are super expensive.
Yeah.
Like you can buy, like if you go from like gigabyte to gigabyte, if you were to buy like a Sony native card, I think that 1 terabyte's like $1,000 or something. Like it's nuts. I don't think it's 1,000, but it's a lot of money. If you're not, unless you get the Angelbird ones, and even then, the Angelbird equivalent of like a Type B card is going to be a bit cheaper. Tascam made one for Lumix. Yeah, I think they made one for the ZR as well. Also, Gino, thank you. As a 4 C70 owner, the GGO sensor had 13 usable stops. The shadows were cleaner even on the recent cameras. Yeah, but like, I mean, according to Gerald's test, after the noise reduction and downsampling on the R5, the C50, it's like 12.8 versus like 13.1. Where between like 12.8 and 13.1, I'm like, incremental. I would rather have a bigger sensor and like 0.3 of a stop less than have the Super 35 and then have 13 stops, because I don't know if I'd use all 13 yet. Does the XLR work on other Canon cameras like the FX3 top handle? No, it doesn't. We just tried it. It doesn't work. GGO sensors, some of it compared to the dynamic range of the ARRI Alexa cameras, the roll-off is a lot nicer, and even the C80. C70 is softer, but seeing a newer GGO sensor, yeah, that would be cool. It'd be cool to see. I guess like the highlight. I guess the argument here is a highlight roll off. You're Canon expert on the DJO. You're not the Canon expert. You have to call him his name. Kweku.
What's the question?
The low light DJO sensor, the low light is much better in the DJO sensor in the C70, keeping up than the FX3 and the E7S.
Triple base ISO.
Fair point.
What, like,
So I guess you know what the thing is. I guess the thing we should do is like if George does pull up.
I don't know if he's gonna pull it tonight.
Yeah, I have it till the 10th. Like, I have it till like the end of the day on October 10th.
Okay, so then before then we'll definitely.
Yeah. So our buddy George has a C80. I don't know anyone with a C70. Which was
because I feel like enough people switched away from C70s long before the C80 dropped that people who still have them now are like either switching or upgrading.
So a lot of people are saying the highlight and shadow roll off is the DJO thing, not necessarily the dynamic range, which I guess.
Sure.
I guess one thing is going to be, you'd almost need a C70 to be able to tell, because I was going to say, like, how do you quantify that without having one? And the closest comparables are all the new gens after it. So like the R5C, the C50, and the C80 aren't going to be helpful to be able to figure that out. I'm late to the party, but how much bigger is it than the FX3? It's bigger than the FX3. Like, it's wider and kind of chunkier. Like, this is a larger size, but it feels lighter, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't feel like it's bigger than it doesn't feel it doesn't feel lighter than the FX3, which it is, but the FX3 is like, it's solid. But I think my biggest thing is like, this top handle perfectly balances. Like, if I have a lens on here, I don't have, like, my whole hand goes onto here without an extension, whereas the FX3, like, if I grabbed it, I'd have like a finger missing. It was always kind of dipped down forward. Oh, can you hot swap memory? There's only one way to find that out.
What do you mean hot swap memory?
So if I, like, say for example, I fill a memory card, can I just swap it? There's only one way to figure that out.
Well, I mean, on the R5C there is
didn't it turn off?
No, you can do a relay record.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely use it. I trust the CFast so much.
Yeah. And I mean, technically speaking, I mean, if you could relay record from the CF Express Type B to the SD card.
So and the thing is, it really depends on what settings you're in, because I'm pretty sure you can't do anything raw on an SD card.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like right here, so my second card functions on the first page of the quick menu. I have relay recording.
Can I do that on here?
For audio, yeah.
Okay.
press this button on the top corner in the corner. Then go back and then press this button on the top left at the very top.
Oh, okay. So then second card functions.
Yeah.
Main one, main proxy.
Sub recording.
No, it doesn't have sub. So it's proxy, audio recording, and then chunk. I'm in 3x2 open gate. That's why. So if I go full frame, there we go. So to answer your question, APC, it does work if you want to go sub recording. If you want to do a relay record, you just can't do it in OpenGate RAW, which makes sense because you wouldn't be able to sub record to an SD card. That was kind of the whole point of the one card. So yeah, you can. I should have written like notes down because this is going to be in the full video on Friday, but I did not do that.
I will say like the one thing, not the one thing, but the few things that have like changed my initial thoughts on this camera were the battery life.
Yeah.
Number one, like
is it this? I don't remember if this is like the new LP6.
It is.
Is it the new one?
LP EP6P. It's a white
yeah, it is.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should look like this, right?
Oh, you have one. Okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
So the battery life is great.
Just throw that on. Oh, that is a Lumix cap. That's not for you.
The battery's great.
Let me hold $1. If someone sends us a super chat, and I will dedicate $1 to you. Honestly, no. Sometimes it happens. Like sometimes I'll be midstream, and then like someone sends $200, and I'm like, okay,
thanks.
Yeah.
The battery life is great. Obviously,
you know what I'm gonna do is what? Do you have a Type B card on you that I could borrow for a sec? I just don't want to go my backpack's outside because if we have a Type B card, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start record. I'm gonna just pull it. Sorry, I'm gonna pull a card out. Are these SDs? They look bigger.
These are all SDs.
Oh, they look bigger than SD cards.
They're all my cheap ones, but then all my good ones are.
Let me see something real quick. Let me just check. Believe it's off the battery door.
Double check what's on there.
I don't need a SD card to do live streaming, or I don't need a card at all to do live streaming. So I'm going to take this out.
Oh, yeah, you have one?
Yeah. And hopefully I've done nothing. So let's see here. If I have this and I need an SD, because technically hot swapping would be like you would just write to the other side, right? So
what's on this one?
Do the memory card functions gray out or not usable while memory door open? I'm gonna find that out right now, APC, because I don't know. But if I have an SD card, I'm assuming the hot swap function is I have the SD card in. If I turn on sub recording, I should be able to just pop one card out while it's recording and put another one in. But that being said, like if I can SSD record, what? Oh, I have to double check if I have these photos. Okay, don't do that. Don't. I don't have enough.
I have a bunch here.
This is the one time I left all my stuff outside. Can I do RAW in other resolutions, not just 7K? No. No.
You check it in Super 35 when it drops down.
Yes, you can drop down to Super 35, but I think it's still going to be 7K RAW. Actually, okay, I could just find that out. What am I? Okay.
It's not the fastest SD card, but
we'll see. So it does take a second to load up. I will say that. Okay. So here. So if I go full frame, second card function, sub record, normal recording. So what we're going to do here is, so if I start pressing record, what's my record button? So I'm going to press record. And then if I open the door, accessing CF Express, do not move. Accessing SD card, do not move. Okay, I'm not moving. If I pop a card out, will it stop the whole recording?
No, it's still recording.
It's still recording. All right, we're good. So I guess technically speaking, if you are doing a relay record and you have to take out the card, now if I put it back in, will it start recording to the card again? Okay, so that's going to be something that's different. So it'll still sub record to the second card, but you can't just take the card out and put it back in and then it'll start recording to the other one, which makes a lot of sense because I feel like that would screw up the file.
Right, it'll start writing to the new card.
Yeah, okay. So APC, to answer your question, yes. There's a 5 point. Yeah, so that's the Super 35 is the 5K 5K option, technically, but in full frame now. Where was that question? So yeah, APC, to answer your question, you can technically relay record, but you can't, like, once you take out the card, you can't just pop it back in and it just continues recording. It'll just record to the second card and keep it there. Anthony Gugugatta says, nice camera. Thank you. I will, it's not mine, but someone says they found the FX3 comparison. This is crazy. Hang on a second. How does the button placement feel when you hold in your hands? I will say at first, honestly, it's a little much because there's so many buttons in a very, very small place. But I also think that's like a thing you just kind of get used to after a while. I'm very curious as to why the menu button, though, is to change your focus area.
Yeah, I don't know why it's set up like that.
Now, oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I'm dumb. There's a menu. There's too many buttons. This says display menu. So that's one word. Is that not one word?
No, it's two separate menus. Two separate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because on mine I have.
Because that changes my menu.
I have display as item number 3.
Yeah.
And menu as item number 4. So when I'm in it, I can, like, for me, I can just obviously like change what the menu or the screen looks like in terms of the info on it. But I hit the Q button or menu button to go quickly into the menu.
So I probably have to map that out then.
Map it to that.
Yeah. So the magnification.
That I went there. It's not the magnification. It changes the focus style or the.
Did you see that the Super 35 mode has more usable stops to dynamic range as per Gerald and Nunn's video? I haven't. Look, opening it was on the stream, so I haven't done anything yet. I think what we're gonna do is, I gotta find something to shoot. That's the hardest part, is like trying to find something to shoot on like day one. There's a bunch. Like I go to Barrie tomorrow to shoot a bunch of stuff, and then I don't know if you're here, but Connor has the robot arm.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Because the IBIS part in here, the hard part with the IBIS, like the idea was to like test it in situations where IBIS is actually a hindrance. So robot car mount, I'm doing a drift thing on Sunday, and then High Rocks is this weekend. So I'm gonna go shoot some High Rocks. So I'm gonna actually do some photo, shoot some High Rocks beside the S12, and then just see like, hey, like, because it doesn't have a mechanical shutter. The R5C does. So if you're trying to go to High Rocks Open Men's on Friday,
yes,
it actually might. The only thing I need those because you could bring your camera, but you don't have a media pass to get on the turf.
So we're also only in the crowd.
Yeah, but I don't know how far the crowd is from the event. So I'm like, will a 24 to 70 work? Or do
my understanding is that if, say, these are the competitors here,
and
this is like the fence, it really depends on how many rows of crowd there are. Like,
yeah,
camera
I wonder if I could sneak in there.
Maybe.
Yeah, the radar speeds at the same. I'm doing the boost in the dynamic. Yeah, so the Super 35 has boosted dynamic range, which is cool because we have Super 35 anamorphics. It'll work well. It's robot time. Hey, okay, so Connor is in the chat and he has the robot, and we are going to be shooting some stuff on Wednesday, Thursday. How's the screen brightness? I'm not outside, but it's actually pretty bright. Let me just go to the. Trying to remember where it is. Here, out here. So here, top corner. Oh, okay. Oh, so there is kind of a quick menu. That's cool. And then this guy is going to be where my other stuff is. I got to remember how I do this again. Okay, there you go. I'm here. I just don't know if my brightness is set all the way up. So hang on a second. Brightness. Oh, it goes higher. It's pretty bright, but when you turn the brightness up, and maybe it's because I'm inside, like the brightness when you turn it all the way up to like 45 just washes the image out. So I don't really know if you'll get a super accurate representation of what it looks like. Brightness, luminance. Oh, okay, there you go. That's it. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty bright. We're not outside. Like I'm in my office, so it's kind of hard. No hot sheet mounted EVF for a C50 is a missed opportunity. However, don't never say never. They could develop one. I mean, if the hot shoe mount is electronic, you could probably have one later on. Which can be offered an EVF on the C50, even if it was. Oh, you know what? I mean, if they wanted an EVF on a C50, it's an R5C. You could. the R5C. But I guess the whole open gate thing, I guess, becomes a challenge, though, right? But
that's the other functionality that I felt like
yeah,
would be advantageous for me, because like I'll do the social media content and it's like shoot wide because I don't need a crop versus
yeah,
just shoot and be able to have the full sensor, right?
yeah.
That's those two, and then like seeing them in use was enough for me to be like, yeah, let me save my pennies.
Yeah, fair. Aaron Frizz, we try to shoot an actual project on it. I have pushed back a lot of my client stuff, and my doc stuff is being shot on the Pixis 12 and the Ursa 12. I'll try to have like small like pieces and portraits throughout the 2 weeks that I have it. So there'll be parts where if I had a brand or a client in there, the difference between that and like what would be a finish like a client shoot would just be product placement. I'm gonna try to shoot it that way. So like that way it still has a commercial look, still has a commercial feel. I'm just taking the product placement part of the commercial out of it. Documentary wise, we're trying to get the same guy that we're shooting with tomorrow to see if we have time, but I think the hard part is just how much time I actually have. Once I hurt my hamstring, I pretty much pushed all my shoots back till October 18th, and I bring the camera back on October 10th. Don't use brightness. Yeah, so I use a luminance one. So the luminance helped out a lot. Thank you. That's the only thing about Canon menus. Yeah, the don't think it's bad. One of the arguments people said is like the comparison between this and the FX3 is kind of dumb, and my argument is until there's an FX3 Mark II or the FX3 gets cheaper, that's always going to be the conversation. Because what ends up usually in technology, when a new thing, like imagine the PS5 came out and the PS4 costed more money. You'd be like, well, why would I buy the PS? Why would am I? I'm not going to buy the PS4. And you're like, oh, but it was really good when it came out. It's like, yeah, that's awesome, but the PS5 costs less money. Like I don't, especially in a time where like budgets are slashed in the industry and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, people are gonna make camera decisions with their dollars, and yes, the FX3 is great, but like, is it great enough for me to accept paying almost 6,000 Canadian for it? I don't think so. What's this new camera you're getting in October? Jason, I'm holding it in my hands.
It releases in October?
No, it was like, I put in my story what the next 7 videos were, but I didn't put it was a C50 in that post. So Jason, I have the C50 for a couple of weeks.
When is it? Does it ship?
Don't follow your friend's name, but so Ben should have a YouTube channel at some point.
You follow me on Instagram.
You
Lost
can.
Boy B.
Yeah, so Lost Boy B is gonna be. I'll type it in. Hang on a second. I'll type it in. At Lost Boy B.
Yeah, I'll get on the YouTubes.
Because here's the thing. You know what happened today? This morning? YouTube collabs is a thing now. It's a full but it didn't come out yet.
Oh.
So now when you do your mobile app, so I'll show you what it looks like. It looks so freaking easy. When you go to like a video you have, so say for example, I'm just gonna go to what I posted today. You go to edit and literally you go invite a collaborator. And I could just type in their name, search their channel, and then it sends them a link so that way you don't get like spam people trying to tag you and stuff. And then it doesn't show up on both channels. But if you collab with somebody, your videos get in the recommended feed if they watch the first one.
Okay.
So for example, if we did like R5C versus C50, and then you had your own R5C video, the next video that pops up based on the collab post would be your video after that. Which is like kind of what I think everyone's after anyways, because I guess it takes away the spam of like, you go to a bunch of people's channels, you see the same video in every channel kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. It's counterintuitive to what happened on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about this, the fact that like it would show up on everyone's feed. Like,
yeah.
My followers, whatever it may be. Okay, cool.
All right, Brendan's in the building. I just happened to see Stoked Depends here. Side note, when are those Kofi cups coming back in stock? I've developed a dependency. I bugged Condor Blue the other day about getting them in stock. Oh, they're literally, I have them suctioned to the table. Let's see, take them off here. I don't know. and I've been bugging everyone at Condor Blue to let me know an update. I know that there's some in manufacturing right now, and I think there's a lot of people that like ordered them when they were sold out that they have to get first. But outside of that, if I have an update, I'll post it on a community post or something. That's also what I'm going to do. I'm gonna suction cup these to a couple cars for a drift thing on Sunday. When testing the C50, can you compare the raw on it to the Pixis? I just want to see how entry city cameras. Yes. So I think I'm going to work on like a raw versus raw. So I might have like the C50, Pixis, C80. Well, I guess the raws would be different enough.
Me and George did some stuff with Urban Planet, and he played around with some of the raw.
You gotta be loud.
Like I'm forgetting I'm just talking to you now.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, me and George were on a shoot for Urban Planet, and he played around with some of the raw, and I was like, oh, and then posted. Did he share it with me? I'm trying to remember if he did. It looked good. It looked really good for on the C80. So I'm like, okay, cool, viable, and like very little noise. Not very little, but a very manageable noise.
That's good because like usually raw without the noise reduction, like it will have some signals of noise on there.
Yeah.
That's cool. I almost wish I had less cameras and stuff, and like there was a large gap of time between cameras, so I could use it a couple more times. But when recording handheld, is the footage shaky as hell or what? I don't know yet, Don. I'm gonna find that out tomorrow because I got to shoot with one of the guys that's doing High Rocks on Friday, or I think he does High Rocks. I don't think he's doing this one, and we have a 4-hour day with him tomorrow, and a lot of that's gonna be handheld on this guy. I was gonna use some Blaze Rebus lenses, but I figured for the first run I should probably use something with autofocus because I don't want to screw up a shoot, especially when I'm like traveling 2 hours away.
Where in Barrie?
You know where Warehouse Fitness is? It's a gym in Barrie, but it used to be. You never came with me to Finest Fitness to shoot, have you? But basically, the girl that used to own it, her husband sold it, and then sold it to another girl, and then she ended up rebranding it. And then, but now it's like it's instead of being like teal and whatever, it was a weird, ugly color. Now it's like just like all blacked out, but it has like an outdoor turf and has a track. It's like it's up north and like so it's a big gym, like it's really nice. But I'll shoot that. Yeah, so my boy JC was just like, "Oh, this FX3 Slander is dumb. Like the camera's 4 years old. Why are you beating it up?" But I'm like, "Bro, the car's expensive, bro. I don't know what else to tell you." It's still a great camera. I still will hire it, or I'll if Rich is in the chat, like I still will bug him for his FX6 all the time. But $4,300 in 2025 with everything coming out is.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't dropped in price.
It went up.
It went up in price.
Yeah. It was $38.99. It's $43.99 US.
When did they do that?
Recently, I think it's going to happen. Hang on one second. Let me check. I'm only going off US prices because like 40% of people here are US based. I'm pretty sure it went up. Oh, the time is so the FX3 it's $4,300
USD.
That's USD. USD. So
and the C50 is at 38.
C50, yeah, C50 is actually. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's $38.99.
$38.99.
It's what the price of the FX3 was on. Yeah, $38.99.
So they launched it to match the original FX3 price, and then FX3 just went up more. If you say so.
And like that's where I'm like, the thing is, I get I've used the FX line for fucking years,
yeah,
and I get the industry appeal, but also like there's people that don't work in that part of the industry where the price tag premium to have an industry standard camera like almost doesn't apply to them.
Hey, I'm just waiting for more houses and more folks to get C400s to make this C80
broadcasting
more viable.
Yeah.
Then
I know a lot of Canadian or at least one Canadian broadcast production. They're going to C80 C400s. Okay. So I talked to them a while ago, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know what camera they're shooting on," and they're like, "Oh, we're going to shoot on C400s." So I'm like, "Oh, shoot, okay." Like I would have assumed it would have been an FX6 or something. Like, right. No, we wanted to use the C400s for it. Christian Bellofato said tariffs. Yes, we're Canadians, so tariffs kind of don't apply here. I mean, what ends up happening is that we kind of get tariffed a little bit when that happens.
Yeah.
which
But
sucks,
not
but
enough to.
not nearly as bad as you guys.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. That is, even with tariffs, doesn't justify the market placement. That's kind of like what we're trying to say. Like again, I could understand the appeal, but when you're talking to a regular person, you say you have to spend more money for, to be honest, on paper, outside of IBIS and an open mount, less stuff. That is a very hard thing to like get someone to come around to when it's $400. It's even harder when, like James was just saying, the FX6 is $1,000 US more than when it launched.
Mm.
The FX6 is kind of in a category on its own in a lot of ways, but like, and I could, again, camera I've beaten to death, but it would be hard for me to tell you to, like, given what's out now, to be like, no, still get this even at $1,000 more.
Right.
And then like what, in a year and a half, another one comes out or something.
Yeah. I just hope Sony never drops another camera.
Cameras don't appreciate because of old tech.
I mean,
yeah, Sony knows it's useful. Okay, you know what? That's kind of, Sony knows they'll buy it anyway. So like, which is fine. Like, business is business. You know what I mean? Like, we have video products where we know we're like, I'm gonna charge you money for this, but like, I know you could do better. I'm not. Yeah, it fell off, and I haven't put it back on. I'm gonna get a new one.
Nah. I mean,
when are you going to test these new cameras in Africa, especially in Ghana, so that these manufacturers will see how it performs in these hot African countries? Bro, here's the thing. I have been trying to get in touch with these brands to like try to help with this stuff. And it's weird because if it's not like village kids and runners in Kenya, there's never, or safaris. It's the most, like, me and Ben are both Kenyan. And it's the most annoying thing when every campaign that's shot in Africa is like, let me show you these like impoverished children. And I'm like, that's not the whole continent. The whole continent isn't kids without shoes and lions. Please stop.
I really thought we graduated from that, you know, like
every time. I think like it's, if you want to piss off African people, is that you keep showing filmmakers film things in the most impoverished areas. And I'm like, hey, can we talk about the tech industry? Or that like Idris Elba has a whole Hollywood studio there, or the fashion industry, or the television and broad. Like,
there was a film that dropped at TIFF this year that I wanted to see. It was about
was it like a film industry in Ghana thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And like, we can just see more of that, and then at that point, it's like, well, okay, cool. How much different is it over here than it is over there?
Yeah, that's why I think it's gonna be cool with Idris being really into it.
How did Canon beat Sony to open gate?
From what I heard, it's a thing, like it's their codec or something that like can't do open gate.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like the sensor is there. I'm assuming the processing is there, but apparently like the XAVC thing doesn't do open gate. Like, it just doesn't have I don't know what it is. Because also, when you think about it, like, the only time you got 3x2 is the Venice, and it's not in XAVC.
Okay, wait, hold on. So, but in the Canon, we're only shooting open gate in raw modes.
Oh, you know what? That's why.
Yeah, and the Sonys don't shoot raw, right?
Yeah, and I'm assuming the Canon XAVC codecs are very much like Sony's. Like, I'm guessing the code like the way they coded is kind of similar, which is why you only can do open gate in RAW. So that's not necessarily the argument of whether or not Sony can. They just won't add RAW to their camera.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes.
Which have we seen an overheat issue in the Sony camera?
The A7 IV, A7 IV, A7 III. I remember my A7 III used to cook up. If I shot in 4K 8-bit, that shit used to set a flame. See, you know what the worst part is? These arguments, like, people complain about cameras. I'm like, do you remember when the A7 III had a downsampled 4K 8-bit? That was 2019. That was like 6 years ago. You put that. Remember, you put that 8-bit on the S-Log too, and that shit would fry. You fry eggs on that shit.
Yeah, so many guys went crazy against the R5.
Yeah,
and you was living like this.
Yeah, that's every video that I shot on the A7 III that was in like the slow motion 60-100. That was 1080.
Okay,
that was 10. I didn't even shoot an S-Log 2. That was that, the HLG thing, the HLG saga, where everyone was like, "Yo, don't use S-Log 2 and 8-bit. You got to use that HLG 2 thing."
I used to be calm against this argument, but now I know the hate was
So hang on, hang on a second. The part with the R5, because also I owned an R5, was the R5's price point in comparison to the FX3, and it overheated. Because the R5 costed like 2 times as much, it was like 44 something.
More of a camera.
The A7 III was $1999.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? It's the same argument as like the Nikon ZR and every other camera. Like, everyone's making these complaints about the ZR. I'm like, yeah, but it's $21.99.
Are people making complaints?
Yes, they're like, it will overheat. I'll never trust it. I'm like, Potato Jet put it in an oven, bro. What else? They put it in the desert. No, was it Kai W or Potato Jet? Someone put it in an oven. Someone put it in an incubator. And then I know Brandon Talbot, Johnny Rose, and Kyle Mesh like left it out in the desert. And I'm like, I don't know how much hotter wherever you are is gonna get.
Yeah.
But like, if I can get like an hour and a half out of that, I don't even go outside like that for an hour for 2 hours. Like, I don't go outside as a person outside just barebacked in the sun.
But I'm such a scenario type of person.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I'm out in the sun for whatever, but my camera isn't on all the time. So like, when I'm turning it on and off, I'm recording, stopping.
Yeah.
What is that going to do in terms of overheating, right?
Also, I'm rigged out.
That's
I don't. It's weird. That's where the conversations get weird, because like I get wedding people exist, and some wedding shooters don't like rigging their cameras out all the way.
Yeah.
But like, if I get to save some money, and I get all the shooting modes and stuff, I'll make it. Like, we've been making concessions for like saving an exchange to save money for years, and it's just the confusion is interesting. But yeah. So Edmund Botang, also another Ghanaian, said, yeah, there's more to Ghana than just villages and lions and stuff. There's not even lions in Ghana unless you're going like mad north. Like, there isn't just like leopards running around that crowd. Just
casual.
Would you be down to do an R5C versus C50 video comparison to see how they match? Max, we are doing that on Thursday. We're shooting it on Thursday. I will only have like 1 or 2 locations, so like it's not going to be like a normal comparison where I go to like 5 different places in a day, but I definitely will. And that's what we're going to tell Ben to have a video. Can your first video be like, I'm keeping the R5C instead of the C50, or just like, can you just make? I have an idea. Hang on a second. Here's here. Algorithm. I will make a case as to why the C50 is better than the R5C. You can make your case as to why the R5C is better.
Sure.
There we go. Ben's first video. Actually, okay, so I'm wrong. So you can shoot open gate. So yeah, so Sony pick it up. I try to make a concession.
You can?
I guess so. I think you have to use like the XEVC or something.
But that's a different codec then, right?
I guess it's different than Sony's, but I just mean in terms of like the all intra recording on Sony cameras, from what I understand, can't do open gate, but like Canons can, I guess. Why are you bringing back memories of the Sony Heatgate? Because we got short-term memories when it comes to cameras and shit. We forget stuff very conveniently.
I forgot this also has C-Log 2.
Yeah, holy. You know how nice it is to have, I remember when the R5 didn't have had C-Log 3, and I used that, and I'm like, it's better than C-Log, but this is crap. And then the C-Log 2 came out, and then I had the C70 with the C-Log 2, and I was like, actually, this is kind of lit. Also, we've at one point had 90 people in the chat and only 31 likes. I need you guys to not be trash bags. At least like it. It's free. Just got off work. Mara, you missed me unbox the C50. We're playing around with it. And then Ben, who's going to start his YouTube channel in the next couple of weeks, brought his R5C. ChatGPT XUC profile defined around broadcast standard raster size, specific x-ray range 6.9 on the codex. Yes. But Christian, like, I want open gate. let me hold it open gate. That's all. The small rig fan is what saved the A7 IV. I was gonna sell it due to overheating. Fair. I just don't like. I mean, I guess the idea that you have to buy a fan for it is kind of the annoying part for some people. Yeah, so I'm wrong. So you can shoot a non-raw open gate, which actually I think actually is a worse case for Sony. Actually, now that I think about it, but yeah. Let me please. Still debate in the Vespid 1 why people say they are similar to Cook and very different to Sigma or G Masters. Venice Media, I did a video on the Vespid 150 mil versus the 50 millimeter G Master. You could check that out to see kind of what the differences are. I think there is a kind of look with Cook. That sounds dumb, but it's not that pronounced. I would say, in my opinion, between the Cook like S4s or S3, yeah, like the Cook S4s, I wouldn't say they look like the Diesel Vespids, but I will say the Thipox Samara Cs look like Cook SB3s, like a lot. Yeah, like a lot. Like it was weird because me and Patrick Tommaso were talking about this, and we were trying to like I was trying to figure out like what the look was. He's like, "Oh, they just look like SP3s," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, they do a lot." Pat actually just messaged me because I told him I was making a anime in Hollywood video, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait till after this tech stuff happens. HL264 can do open gate. It's just specifically XAVC. Yeah, I think so, Christian. At least that's how I understand it. Someone told me that does open gate. Oh, so it's just a completely. It's the XHEVCS that does open gate. The XAVC and XFAVCS don't do open gate. Yes, wedding videographers in Seattle don't rig out, mainly use DJI gimbals without a monitor versus when I'm rigged out. Yeah, but APS. Okay, so APC, here's my question. Would it kill him to just get the little small rig thing and a little battery? Like, is it that much heavier?
That's what I set up today.
Like,
I put on my RS3 Viva on the side.
Yeah.
Cable running up, PD straight to the camera.
Like, I don't. Maybe it's because we go to the gym, but like, I'm trying to find like the nicest way to explain this. But like, I don't understand the whole like. I don't even want to put a cage on my camera for weddings, and I'm like, what? Like, why not? It's like the cage part is a small footprint, and then the battery. I'm like, well, if you're shooting for a long day, wouldn't you want the power? And how heavy is the like?
I also want to know and this isn't like to target anybody in specific, but as that wedding shooter, I really want these batteries. As like, a wedding shooter, are you also showing up with one max 2 camera bodies or
yeah, like where are you in your wedding shooting game? Where like, do you have multiple bodies where like maybe one is photo and the other one's video? Because like I'm just thinking like hang on a second, let me see. Like this isn't heavy per se. So I'm like, I don't know. That's I get the wedding argument. And they apply like they operate under different rules, but like I don't find this particularly heavy. And if I could dummy battery into it, and if that helps overheating, so I don't have to buy a more expensive camera, like yeah, that's where I'm at.
What use case DJI gimbals monitor?
So a lot of people in the wedding space are saying that like they don't really rig out their like gimbal and stuff like that. The S5 II has open gate and uses Sony's A7 III old sensor. They do, but it does have a different codec.
Okay, am I tripping and not knowing where to find open gate, or am I already in it?
You are already in it. However, I gotta get you out of here, which I forgot how to do. Okay, so you're in here, there, here, there, and then you can just and you slide through the menu.
So my resolution at being 669 by 36 is open gate.
Yeah, that would be no. This is full frame. That's 6.29. Then you just click on full frame.
Okay. True.
Question for Ben: with the R5C, can you quickly switch between videos and stills?
Quickly define quick. Like, what's my use case? Am I at an event?
Like, say you're shooting an event. Yeah.
I'm never in a situation where I'm shooting both photo and video. Like, I will be asked to shoot event video coverage, and then I'm just getting the clips that are necessary. But then if I wanted to switch for photo, I wouldn't. I have a second body for that. So it's like, cool, I'm in photo mode because I compartmentalize my shooting in the way where it's like I'm shooting for my video edit versus I'm shooting for a capturing photo.
Gotcha.
Right? So
in terms of like if I have to switch from the video mode to the photo mode, is that like it's a couple seconds, you know? Because like
we can test it right now, right?
Yeah, literally, you can just do it on here.
Do we want to start from photo going to video or video?
Yeah, start from photo go to video. Do you want to put like does it change if there's a lens on it?
Not at all.
Okay. We're gonna find out, Robert.
Do we like turn it towards the camera and then like?
Yeah. So I think it's like if you do this, what I just do?
You took a photo.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, nice to see another brother with the R5C. Mario's is in the chat. He's from Texas. Might render a replacement for mine. Oh shit! Yeah, the Olympia's coming up soon. Okay, so just hold it up with the lens. So let me just draw it in here.
So then, okay, so how are we testing it in comparison? Because I'm in the photo mode right now.
Yep, and then hit it. It's like 12 seconds. That's not bad.
I don't know, 12 seconds, like 5.
I don't know. I guess I counted long in my head. Sorry. Maybe I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, I'm being an idiot. Is what I'm learning today.
Not 12 seconds.
I am not good. You know what? I think I count seconds as fast as I talk. That's what it is. Quick question: does the C50 have internal UMID number? Follow footage downstream and edits to get credit. I somewhere deep in the menus, I accidentally opened it a little bit. I think there's something like that. So basically, you're looking for like an ID number for each one of your clips. That's to get credit or protect. It's deep in menu, I think. Let me check. Actually, that's actually a pretty. I'm assuming it's down here. Gear menu, retract lens, sensor cleaning, certification information, pin code management. APC, I wouldn't know where to find that, to be honest with you. I don't think it's in the menu that I'm looking for. And it doesn't look like it is. If it is, I don't know where to find it.
Just to see if they have internal UMID camera.
So basically, can you actually, I mean, I guess that would be a file structure thing. So for example, if you have like multiple cameras, like do you want to have like a unique number to which camera it is and what it takes and stuff? Kind of like how like Black Magic and Reds work, where like it's like, hey, whatever, and you can set it. I'm guessing. Cook is not clinical. They are actually quite warm and have some vintage aesthetics. Yes, they do. The Vespids do, but they don't look like to my opinion, I don't think they look like the Cooks. I do think the Tide Pods look a lot like SP3s though. But we and I are in the 250 to 300 pounds. We're just stronger and have more endurance for a heavy object. That is true. I also go to the gym quite a bit. But like even then, wedding people, if you're here, is this heavy?
No, you keep going.
Oh, yeah, over. I don't know if that's heavy. NEC 70 magic feeling, or is there a typical no? Blue Carell, I won't know until tonight or tomorrow. Does it fit the aesthetic for wedding shooters? Got to look pretty first. That's cute. Most guys use Canon just like they use Toyota. Just an observation. You know what? Real shit though. A lot of West Africans do be using Canon. 100%. Actually, just took that in. Like, I don't know a lot of people that are like, not even Ghanaian. Like, I don't know a lot of Nigerians that have like Sonys or Fujis or whatever.
It's true. I think his question
metadata.
Yeah, it would have been under metadata and user.
Okay, yeah. So there is. You can do that. APC. My bad. I couldn't find it. So. HEVC and XAVS was developed by Sony. Deliver early digital. I can't read today. CC is deployed to integrate into smaller phone cameras and new delivery compression for social. Okay, fair enough. Which, I mean, whatever OpenGate works in. Edmund, that's actually a hilarious observation because now I'm like, that is kind of true. Not now. Every time I go to an event or something like that. Oh, you know what?
You go to
yeah, because my cousin's wedding, the one African guy had a Canon and everybody else had Sonys at the wedding.
You go to any church, you'll see it's like practically a Toyota in the parking lot.
Yeah, damn. Everyone has one Ghanaian. Everyone has one African person in their life that has a Toyota Camry. Yeah, every single one.
At one point in their lives, yeah.
People forget the R5C has two entirely different menu systems for photo and video, so you're essentially switching OS when you're using. That's probably why it takes longer because you're literally booting up a new OS. I will say, it is. Oh.
Okay, let's
they boot up at this. Hang on. We'll switch. No, hit the switch. We'll hit the switch at the same time.
I just want to make sure everything is
okay. I think Canon needs to be serious with Africa if they're watching, especially in Africa, because most of the photographers and videographers use Canon compared to other brands. Yeah. I'm like when I was in Deti December a couple years ago, like I saw one case open and it was Sony. Okay, so
We're in photo right now.
you're in photo. Okay, so we go from photo to video. Basically, what we're doing now is that we're turning from photo to video on the C50 and the R5C. 3, 2, 1. Which one's first?
Okay,
C50. So the C50 is like 1 second faster switching.
Yeah.
Also, the viewership dropped a hell a lot. We got like maybe like 5 more minutes.
I get it. They don't want me on camera. It makes sense.
It was at 81 before. I think it just dropped because we're not unboxing it anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Follow up on the UMID. Canon others had to use desktop app to add. So 50 if you're doing professional camera work due to the lack of flash support. Oh, there's no flash support. So I rock lightweight tripods for weddings. But like you could still like the fall cam tree root, I was still able to put like my S12 with a like a little V mount on it. Read an article that says if you want to take pictures, use Canon, and for videos, you use Sony. Kofi, I think that's like kind of dated information a little bit. I would argue to say that's a little bit dated. I think because when Sony kind of came out with like the A7 III line, the A7S line, they were a little bit more video centric, and Canon kind of was still in like the photo world. I think that's very different now across the board, but I feel like that might have made sense in like 2019 because there was so many cameras that could do like had really good video setups where Canon had really good photo. I think it's past that. I think. Is the C50 faster because of the new battery? Maybe, but I also think that like it's like a second apart. Like they're not far.
They're both using the same battery.
They're both using the LP. Yeah, so they're both using the same battery. If you're actually using weddings and the V mount is too heavy, I would just focus on hitting the gym if you haven't already. Yeah, I don't know that. I've shot a couple of weddings, but like I used my FX6 rigged up, and I wasn't bothered. James' wedding videographer is the weight really bothering. My rig is only 8 or 10 pounds. I rock it all day, and I think this is maybe like 3, like an extra. I don't know. The card can make a difference on the startup time too. The slower or fuller the card is, the longer it takes. Fair enough.
There's no card in my R5C.
There's no card in mine either. Oh, actually, no. There was a card in mine, so technically
that doesn't make.
Yeah, that would.
We can't agree with that one. Yeah. Because there's no card in the R5C and there are cards in the C50, and the C50 is still booted faster.
Yeah. Hang on a second. After 7 hours into wedding day, day 6 pounds starts to feel like 30. Tension in your arms induces muscle cramps. The lighter, the better for having the support system.
Okay. Hot take, not a hot take, my take. Are we planning our shots at our wedding, or are we just shooting for shooting's sake? Because I feel like if I'm at a wedding and I'm 7 hours deep and I'm getting sore, it's because I'm probably shooting everything.
Yeah, fair enough.
As opposed to I have an itinerary for the day. I know what to expect. I know what I want to capture.
Yeah.
To deliver to the client at the end of the day, right? If I'm spending all day shooting everything, then yeah, I'm gonna get tired. Today I was doing real estate stuff, very uninspiring spaces. I have to make pretty, and I know the only way I can say that is by shooting a lot of stuff, right? So like in that essence, it's like I have to shoot a lot of things. My back is sore, tired, you know. But if I knew I was like, I need to shoot this angle, I need to make sure I capture this room, or I want to do this thing for this shot that I know I'm gonna do in post, then that'll save my time and my energy, and I move way more efficiently, right?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess ideally then is like if it does become a hindrance, it's like like planning shoots, I guess in a way, or planning shots on a wedding would kind of mitigate the weight differences. I don't know. And maybe that's an out of touch statement to make, like for me to make, like, hey, just carry a V mount battery. It shouldn't be that bad. I have shot with, because we used to shoot weddings with Nick. I never noticed that being a gigantic issue, to be honest with you. Will the new CF Express B 4.0s be better for the C50? Technically yes, but I mean the Angelbird 2. Like the Angelbird ones that came out before. Hang on a second, let me just check. Because like I think you'll be fine, because the top end data rate on this guy is like 1590 megabits a second. These 1 terabyte cards are 1785. So I think either way, you're going to be fine, even on the version ones. Like, it's not going to get any faster when it's already kind of hit its top.
And we're talking about sustained speeds as well, right?
Yeah, the sustained speed for that I think is like 800 megabytes or megabits a second or something like that. That's something really good, but yeah, it's not that bad. Please explain the cook look thing. Almost no video on YouTube explains it, and explains it good to a layman. I think I would need cook lenses to be able to explain that, but essentially it's going to be like, it's still sharp wide open, but it has nice like skin tone transitions and roll offs. And then depending on which cooks you're looking at, the bokeh is going to be a bit more interesting. Like, it almost looks like characteristics you would almost expect from like an anamorphic lens, but it's spherical. And they do lean a little bit warmer, and they're really, really nice on skin tones. That's the easiest way to explain it, but it's hard to explain it without like a visual reference. Yeah. My shots are stable at the same time they break urban. What's your take on Sony not doing internal RAW compared to other brands? I hope they do soon. That would be great if they did internal RAW compared to everybody else doing it. Which I'm sure they feel the pressure from that, right? Like, I'm sure when like Nikon Lumix now has ProRes RAW that works on DaVinci, like I'm sure when all these camera companies have RAW now, you can be able to do it. You're going to need at least 3,000 megabits a second or faster for the OpenGate 7K. I'm pretty sure the data rate at its highest is 1590. I don't know if you need that much. What's your favorite thing to shoot? I like when we did a lot of the shoots with like the pro athletes. Like we had Stipe, Trish, Keon. You weren't at Keon, and I keep forgetting that. I think you were at Trish, not at Keon. That's what I have to keep remembering. I had to shoot with like Van Fleet a little, like not a little while. It was years ago. But yeah, shooting professional athletes is really cool. And a lot of times it's like ad work and stuff. Like, it's not like super big documentaries or films, but like they're cool people. B4s don't really improve recording. They will only improve offloading. That is, yeah. Any battery life issues with the Core Snap Extreme with the V-mount conversion plate? No, actually. I use this on the S1 II and R2 quite a bit, and I haven't had any problems with it. So, but I usually will, like, I'll run, excuse me, dummy battery on the R2 just for any overheating potential problems. On the S2, on the S1 II, I still, like, in a normal use case situation, shooting a bunch, I've never had an overheating issue, so I just run it through the USB-C. A cooking information transfer to metadata. I wonder if I don't know if the eye technology works on the Canon stuff, but I do know that if you have a camera that has eye data compatible, like the Ursa Cine 12K, you can. I feel like Sony's just cooking up something crazy, and they got to have the last laugh, but maybe just coping. I told the same thing. I said the same thing when I was at the Canon office, is that we're all just kind of hoping everyone puts their best foot forward kind of thing. I don't think, like, even in the Canon building, like, nobody was like, hey, like, you're going to like us better than Sony, right? Like, no one really makes those things, like those comments or anything. I think what the thing is now is that Sony's released so many cameras over the years, and now other companies have either caught up or exceeded, and we're all just looking to see what they do. But that all being said, because it is like 5:45, I want to try to get a couple clips of this guy beside the R5C, which means I'm gonna terrorize my girlfriend, and I think Aaron's here too. But yeah, we're gonna go and bug people with this camera. If you guys want to see more stuff, hit the subscribe button. Also, I'm gonna put Ben's IG in here again, and that's a great way for me to accidentally not put the IG in there and scroll all the way to the top. Please forgive me. It's 18 megabytes and 3,000. APC, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try it out to double check, because I want to make sure that, because I have a ProGrade 2 terabyte 2.0 that's on my Ursa, so I'll check that out. But we're going to do a couple side by sides. There's going to be a whole dedicated video on the R5C versus the C50. It'll probably be like late next week, where I'm going to shoot some stuff on Thursday, and I have a bunch of stuff throughout the week to shoot. And then, yeah, you guys came for the unboxing. You got to watch us do stuff and ask questions. But now I got to figure this thing out. So we're gonna catch you guys in the next one. Strap that thing to a car, bro. I want to see the rolling shutter performance. We absolutely will be. Shoney's one. I don't know if that's completely true, but we'll find out. Also, APC, I read your thing about going to the studio in Seattle. Whenever I'm there next, I will let you know. But okay, now we're gonna go. See you guys in the next one.